Happy Thanksgiving, everybody! So, I just want to kind of share something from my quiet time this morning. And I was just reflecting, on thankfulness and on, things that God has done in my life. And sometimes life can be so much, if I'm being honest, that it's hard to kind of pinpoint every little thing that you're just grateful about, because it just seems like, so much has happened. It kind of just all gets jumbled together. And so the Holy Spirit led me to look at my journal that I keep. And this is the place where I pour out my heart to God. Like when I'm going through something, when, things are happening around me, this is where I put it. And the Holy Spirit brought it to my remembrance. And so I opened it up and I just went through it. And I saw how much I was going through it this entire year. And so it's just a blessing to see, what, God, you were so faithful through all of this. Like everything that's in here, God, you were right there and you brought me through it. And, sometimes we just become so common with God. We just become so common with his hand in our life that we forget just how powerful that really is. We forget just how awesome that is, that a great and mighty God covers us through all the things that we go through, that a great and mighty God takes the time to work the things of our life out, because baby, there's some things up in here, but he takes the time to work the things of our life out for his good. And the fact that he's so intentional about the things he sends us through and the ways that he develops us through the adversity that life brings is so powerful. Like when I got done reading this book, I might as well have been in tears, because it's like, Lord, you really used everything for your good. Because I can literally looking through my journal is like looking at a mirror and seeing how much my reflection has changed throughout this entire year, throughout this entire season that I've been in. And it's so powerful because it's only like, God, your spirit is the only thing that had the power to change me into who I was at the beginning of this book, into who I am now at whatever page I'm on right now. But it's just like, that in itself is something to be so thankful for, that God allows us to transform, that he allows us to become new creatures, that he doesn't allow us to stay where we are, but he equips us and he prepares us for all the plans that he has for us. Like that is so awesome. So if you are, kind of caught up in just everything that's going on in your life, everything that you went through this year, and you're trying to just look and see, what do I have to be thankful for? Let me just tell you, look at yourself at the beginning of this year and look at yourself now. And if you have truly allowed God to have his hand in your life, you definitely are not the same person. There's no way. It's not possible to come in the presence of God and leave the same. So for that, I'm just so thankful. And let's say that, you kind of just threw God off to the side this year. You still have a reason to be thankful, because he was, that entire time that you were ignoring him or that you were putting other things before him, whether that was a relationship or your job or just things you were going through, his love was still faithful. Like he was still there desiring a deeper connection with you. And guess what? He's still there now waiting for you to just turn to him and truly lay your life on the line for him, so that you can live out this life the way that he has called you to. So that's definitely something to be thankful about, because baby, I don't know how many people in the world would hang around that long, especially people that know us for real, for real. Boy, they would have chunked the deuces a long time ago. So I'm just thankful, for everything that God does and just how his love is so consistent and so steady and just so beautifully intertwined in our life, in our storms, in our joys, in our lows. His hand and his love are still there the whole time. And if you can't be thankful about that, man, then I don't know what else you're gonna be thankful for. But I just wanted to share that. I hope that y'all are having an awesome Thanksgiving and that you truly don't take what God does in our lives for granted. It's not something that we should just be given. It's something that he chooses to give us. So if anything, that's enough for me to be thankful for the rest of my life. But all right, guys, I love you.